What's going on, guys? Today we are looking at every single centre back that is worth mentioning in a tier list. So let's get straight into it and figure out who's the best centre backs in the game, which ones should be going for, and to be honest, which ones are okay to use still. So if we're looking straight off the bat at some of the kind of not so great ones, and I think we're looking towards more any centre back really that isn't necessarily on the lengthy side of stuff, just purely basis, because when you have a lengthy centre back, it adds so much difference to the actual acceleration type. It is unbelievable. So I do think when we're looking at a few of them, I must admit, I don't know if any of them are actually B+ at the minute, because we've still got a decent amount. Like Kyle Walker, I don't think he's necessarily bad, but he definitely needs a bigger upgrade by now. And obviously, you'd probably go more to right back. It's funny, for the past, 3 to 4 years, every single year we wanted a centre-back Walker. And this year we have got so many centre-backs, it's unbelievable. Like, genuinely, centre-back-wise, I don't think we need any more. Literally, till team of the season, even then, I think you could get away with a lot of these centre-backs pretty much until footies. And that's only if they introduce a triple Playstyle Plus or something along them lines. Obviously, we know that Virgil, pretty much every version, is without a shadow of a doubt the absolute top of top tiers. There's no argument for that. I don't care the argument. Gold, Team of the Year, Informs, Euros, Nike, Winter Wildcard. Every single version of this guy is an absolute menace. He is still the best centre-back you can physically get. And he just takes one spot. Now, the other spot is all dependent on what you like. I think when we look at someone like a Koulibaly, again, maybe even arguing you could have put him in the kind of lower category. I'm just trying to be a little bit more fair with them, because with someone like a Koulibaly, he's got the power header. He doesn't have the defensive playstyle plus, which isn't necessarily the be-all and end-all, but when you've obviously got double playstyle pluses, you've obviously got all of the normal playstyles going in as well, he is going to come in maybe a little bit lower. And I think that's pretty respectable, to be honest. He's 66,000 coins. It kind of makes sense. And I was struggling with these three. Where do I put Rudiger, Ramos, and Tomori? Because in terms of them, all of them in their own right are decent centre backs. I do prefer Ramos as the CDM if I'm going to be brutal with him, because it's just a different position for him. And like I said, look at how many centre backs we've got. I kind of don't need him in a centre-back. If he gets a flashback, a moment, something 94, 95, like how he has in previous years, then fair enough. Then you can't really argue with that sort of centre-back. But right now, as an 88 centre-back, I think we've got Bruiser on Ramos, Ariel on Rudiger, Block on Tomori. They all have relatively decent pace, obviously Ramos being the lower out the three, and I think that's where kind of the CDM does come in more handy. And yet, when it comes to Ramos, he's the medium value. I do think when we look at something like this, I'd probably go along the lines of something like that. Rudiger definitely needs a big upgrade. I don't know what they kind of managed with him, but he just needs something. You could possibly go into the A+, but even then, we might review it at the end to see where we've kind of put everybody else, because I think Gomez would be something along them lines. I think he is at the absolute max potential without a Playstyle Plus. He needs one to go any higher. He is only going down from this point on, and I think, again, that's natural. With a Thunderstruck, with any of the Trailblazers, the triple threat, the Playstyle Pluses wasn't the big factor. Then we look at someone like a Militao, still coming in at a relatively decent value. Again, with him, he's got the block playstyle plus, which isn't necessarily my cup of tea, but it definitely still works. When we look at also, I believe Collins is on the same list, because we have got Collins and also Yoshida. Yoshida's coming in at 23,000 coins. Aerial and intercept. I think that's a pretty good cheap beast. He's not necessarily going to be number one. I don't think he was ever made to be number one. But in terms of a 23k centre-back, even if it's just fodder, that's really not bad. When it comes to Collins, it's quite funny because he does have, what does he have? He has mostly lengthy, but he's got technical. I mean, as a centre-back, fair enough, but technical and intercept, I've never seen a centre-back with technical on. I just don't know if I'm ever going to use technical on a centre-back whatsoever. We have got Kimpembe coming in as... Was he on my birthday? He was a full birthday. Why on earth? That's so weird. I don't feel like I've seen him. Was he a different... Oh, I was thinking of the triple threat. When did he get an All My Birthday? Honestly, that literally went under my radar. I was going to say, I was like, hold on a second, that he didn't have an Ultimate Birthday, but apparently he does. Okay, that's fair enough. I was going to go with the 86, but that one, maybe you could argue in games, but Bruiser Relentless, what's his playstyles? Aerial intercept block, pinged pass, power header, long ball pass, relentless bruiser on the pluses. I mean, you could probably argue, but with the standard of centre-backs, I just don't see it. I feel like Company could easily go here. Now, one that I was actually meant to go and have a look before, but where on earth is, if I can find the tracker for obviously the fantasies, because I don't understand, there's the trackers, we've got the fantasies, how he's still 88. Has he won the games? He was one that I was going through and I was like, everybody's obviously had the upgrades, Rolfo's now 92. Has he really not had any upgrades yet? So if we go to Konate, wow, Chiesa's not gone anywhere. Oh no, he's got 2, he's got a double upgrade. Where on earth is Konate? Right at the bottom, of course he is. Why would he not be? We are looking past Lacazette. Oh my, why is he literally is at the bottom of the screen? Let's go down. Come on, Konate, where are you? There he is. So, he's had a 1 upgrade. He's won 1 game. So he's got 2 more games left, so he could get into 89. The 11 goals, unless they score 9 against Everton and Brighton. I mean, it's still possible. And he's only... Oh, of course, he was injured. That's why the other one's not come in. I was thinking, like, surely he's got the 3 appearances, or at least 2 appearances by now. So he is due maybe 1 upgrade. I believe he is injured. I don't know if he's ever going to come back for the final 2 games. But I know he did get injured on... either a cup run or international duty. I can't remember which one it was. That's okay. That's fair enough. I was going to say, I swear he was due an upgrade. So, as an 88, I do like him. He is Bruiser Relentless as well. I think he does need the upgrades to go into the S personally, but still a nice card nonetheless. Blanc can easily go into this S. I think both versions would, even though I would definitely say the 5-star weak foot is going to be more of a fan favourite in my opinion. Even the skill move, you'd take both 100% of the time. Same as Carlos Alberto. I think you could argue between the 2 at the top. The 5-star weak foot's always going to be handy, but regardless, stats and playstyle pluses are still going to be the same, so that's absolutely fine. The newer upgrade, definitely. When it comes to his base version now, I feel like that one is slightly under the value of an S+. Same with someone like a Lucio. Base version, definitely still an S, maybe even arguing between lower. I want to see... what does his price drop to now? 230. I mean, that kind of tells you it all. 230. He's been out from the start of the game with multiple SBCs, picks, different variety of party bags, and he's still 230. That is absolutely crazy. Lucio and company, as fantasies, can definitely go up. That is without a problem at all. In terms of them two, they are arguably, again, like a Virgil. You could go with a Lucio company mix, a Virgil Lucio, a Virgil company, a Alberto Lucio. It doesn't matter on the actual pickings there. When it comes to Arejo, he's obviously got himself a 91 now, and also the 88. The 91 is pretty sick. 5-star weak for only 1 version. Block and aerial, 2 decent playstyle pluses at the minimum. In terms of his other playstyles, he has got anticipate, jockey, slide tackle, power header, and acrobatic as well. So a very good spread across the board there. I don't know if I'd quite go S+, but I'd definitely be looking somewhere along that line. When it comes to the radioactive, I do think he was a nice card. I'd probably still go an A+, probably in that sort of range if I'm being really honest with him. Varane, easy one. I do think them, again, is going to go into an S+ and S. And like I said, when it comes to a lot of these centre-backs, I've not even got to half of the team of the years yet. There is so many centre-back variations that it is very rare that I ever see the same 2 every single match. Normally, it does have a Virgil. Maybe it has a Yashin in there now, a Maldini, a Lucio, a company. But there's always a different variant to it. When I look at the rest, though, quite easy. I think team of the years... they are arguably, they've done really well. They've done absolutely exceptional with the team of the years. There's probably only 2, maybe 3 arguments for a team of the year where I'm like, okay, maybe they could be on the kind of S. maybe an A plus for Earps, but in terms of the rest of them, they are the best of the best. They are phenomenal cards, which is easy to rank. We did put Rio up there. Two Maldini cards are definitely going up. When it comes to the lower version of him, I'd probably go more to an S now. The one thing that I really didn't know and didn't really like on Maldini is the fact that he's not even lengthy, which I really didn't think that would be a problem. Well, no, in fact, the 92 is not is lengthy. Or in fact, all of them are lengthy. Is it? Or am I thinking of somebody else? Might be having a moment here, but I swear Maldini, what was it, the 90 then? Oh, it was the 90. Nobody can make controlled lengthy. There is a centre-back out there that I thought was in the top category of everything, but he wouldn't have that pace. Now I'm kind of questioning myself, is it? It's not Maldini then. Maldini's definitely lengthy, but I still think the base is definitely there. I don't really know which one it is. When it comes to Akanji, do I think he's made the spot? Because everybody is going on about him. Obviously, when it comes to the double upgrade, you do have the evolution that you could put him in, so it makes him a 91. Intercept block, I don't know if I'd put him in this top category. I think he's a very, very good card, but in terms of who would I prefer to choose, same as Bastoni, I'd probably go Sanchez more towards an A+, if anything. If I was going to say with Akanji, who would I take out? Maybe you could take out a gold Virgil. If you wanted to change to a special, I don't think it's the worst change. But in terms of having to change it, like you've having to spend 400k, 200k when you've got a 50k card. And if you picked any of these cards, maybe you could say Ruben Diaz. But I think most of them would overtake him. I don't know if I'd choose Akanji over Company, over Varane, over Lucio. I think I would personally go with the latter. So I would go with Akanji in the S. And I know a lot of people are not going to rate that, but let me know down below, what do you think makes him better? Like, I personally prefer Bastoni's Playstyle Pluses. He's obviously got the Anticipate Slide Tackle. I think that is a better combination. Maybe I could have argued if you could get them both to a 92. Obviously, you can only do one if you was to get the win, but both of them got the draw, so unfortunately they didn't reach their max potential. Rio Ferdinand would go into the A+. Yashin.
If your team's looking like this, then I have the place for you. Head over to U7Buy for all your coin needs. They're cheap, fast, and reliable, but make sure to use JT11 at the checkout for 6% off all of your coin orders.
Now, is it him? Is it Yashin that can't go there? It would strike me that he couldn't. Yes, of course it is. So he can go, he's only controlled. I knew there was a top centre-back where I'm like, okay, he is very, very good, but the lengthy is definitely noticeable that he doesn't have it. When we look through the rest, I think Blanc, I'd probably stick him more to an A+ now. It's just below the kind of rate, and to be honest, he's probably going further and further down. Sol Campbell, I'd go down. Desai has got to get an upgrade at some point. Cannavaro's now had one. Zambrotta's had one. Where is Desai's? I think... Oh, am I being hard? Am I being really hard? No, I think he probably goes in there. I like his stats throughout. It just works. Dante, I'd probably go into a B+ now. I'd say the same for Carlos, even though I've put him in purely on the factor that he was a very good card when he came out. He was not necessarily cheap, but you could tell he had something about him when he came out. Now, we've got so many centre-backs like him. Axel can go down. Gravadal can go into that A+. Love Saliba, he's obviously going into the S. Ooh, Orban had... The only problem with Orban that I was kind of annoyed that he didn't get the double Playstyle Plus, because it could have really taken an 83 gold card into something that we could actually use. Unfortunately, he is only 42k, which is cheap for a 91, but I needed the double. The double could have been really good for him because the upgrade has definitely done himself really well. De Ligt can obviously go up into that S. I'd say... Yes, I think Cannavaro could still go up. I like his in-games. Puyol would go into the A+. Marquinhos, even without the upgrades, he did have the ability to really smash it. PSG, unfortunately, just let us down. Let's have a quick look. What has he actually done? Where on earth was that tracker gone? Where is the tracker? I've lost it again. Squads, players. There it is. So, in terms of Marquinhos... I know him and Dembele, both being PSG, have had the worst time going for it. So, in terms of him, they... Oh, no, that's Dembele. Where's Marquinhos gone? Marquinhos, there he is. So he's had, oh, they've done all their matches as well. Wow. So they didn't get the goals. Unfortunately, they were on 9. They just needed 2 more. They didn't win 2 games. They lost, well, they drew 2, they drew 3. Wow. 1-1, 0-0, 2-2, and then they beat Montpellier 6-2. He didn't have any appearances. Brilliant. And they didn't keep a clean sheet whilst he was playing. So in that 0-0 versus Monaco, technically he would have got the upgrade. So he literally had the worst luck going into this. It is just a bit unfortunate. Bobby Moore can be at the bottom. I'm really not a fan of that card. A for Nesta. Lovely card from this one. I think he's an absolute fantastic player. When it comes to the upgrade that can really take a player from being just okay, like he started with, 3 downgrade to this, and they've really pushed him. 124k, slide tackle and anticipate. You could argue between the S. I think in terms of being reasonable with him, he's a very, very good, efficient centre-back, but I don't know if I'd go as far to say as an S. Ricardo, I'd probably say the same. He needed the upgrades to really go up anymore. Todibo looking worse and worse now, purely on the price basis of it. Thiago Silva, it's been a while now. Centurions was very early on. Ledley King. If I'm going Thiago Silva there, I have to go King there. Kim Min-jae and Sule to finish off. What are we saying? 90 rated, slide tackle plus. Still got the ability to go up, I believe. He's a road to the final, yeah. So he's still got the ability to go up. Whether he does will be the question. In fact, am I being stupid here? Dortmund are through, aren't they? Or did they not? Atletico. Yeah, they are through. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure they are through, but I was questioning it. Well, that is going to be the centre-back listing. Let me know down below what you agree with, what you don't agree with, and also who is your centre-backs. Make sure you check the videos on screen right now and let me know in that video that you came from this one. Peace.